Then thank you so
Cool.
much for your time, Kyle. It's a pleasure to see you again, as always. I, of course, already know you, but maybe our viewers don't. So do you want to give us a very quick introduction into yourself and how you got into crypto as well?
Yeah. So my name's Kyle Curry. I got into crypto around May, maybe April 2021, somewhere around there. Quickly fell in love with Cardano and the ethos of really building a bottom-up system. And the reason for that is I've lived in Zambia for the last 9 years. I came to Zambia as a Peace Corps volunteer, and then in 2018, me and my wife started a honey company called Nature's Nectar. So we work with conservation organizations and communities around national parks and conservation areas to produce sustainable honey that protects forests and creates a long-term value for forests and for communities. Am I getting into the crypto side of it? I came into crypto looking for transparency for impact. We've over the last couple years, really just before COVID started, we were fundraising, finding all these investors, and they claim to be impact investors, but then they always try and screw you over. And so we've always said no, no, no. We've never found the right partner as an impact investor, and that's why crypto helped me a lot in that scenario. Was these systems are built for full transparency, and impact can be built into the system. So
Sounds like a very solid reason. And what I like about it is that you're actually on the applicant side of things. So you're not just talking about it and saying, okay, I see all this theoretical potential, but you actually have a problem and you can solve it with crypto, which is exactly what we need more of, I think.
yeah.
So tell me about the Catalyst proposal. What do you want to build? And just in
Yeah,
general.
so the Catalyst proposal I put forward is around decentralized tourism. So I'm trying to start kind of a brand called dSAFARI, where local communities, artists, creators can create tours that international or local tourists can go and access. So it works via the Cardano Beam application, which allows you to place NFTs at specific GPS locations. So the idea is one of the original ideas was work with a group of artists here in the capital city, and they each mint some NFTs. We sell a ticket via the Cardano Beam. So we're going to mint via NMKR, and then place them at GPS locations around the city so that people who want to find out more about artists can go and collect digital prints of the artist's work, and then can be linked to buying that original NFT digital piece. So the artists will still own their pieces, and there will be like a watermark print that is collected. Beyond just like a basic, like an art tour, something really basic like that, there could be large expansion into marketing opportunities. Let's say a really nice lodge wants to drum up some activity and excitement around their lodge. They can throw a voucher out for a one night stay in the middle of a national park. And you have to go there to collect it. And that's attached to a general, let's say a national Zambia tour ticket. You could have a certain amount of proceeds go to an NGO who's doing conservation work, or let's say community health work within a city or another community. I really think the opportunities with something like this is pretty. It's very high. I think in a second iteration, if we were to get funding now, the aim would be to have verified reviews from NFT holders who collected and were on that tour previously. They can then go back and do a full review, and everybody will know that that person was actually there. Yeah, lots of opportunities.
Okay, cool. So essentially you want to combine geocaching with tourism with NGOs and
Hmm.
artists
Yeah,
in one sentence. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. It's a pretty like all-encompassing idea, but really it's allowing local people to access tourism markets, or they can create tours that international visitors in Zambia come in. They go on a self-guided tour. There's a lot of people who do overlanding, and they drive around the country in a rented vehicle. um, those people, I think, would be a great market to access.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And the way that NMaker would come into is basically that Cardano Beam would mint the NFTs using the NMaker API in the background, and just make it basically available through Cardano Beam.
right. Yeah, exactly. So all the NFTs, all the artwork would all be minted via NMaker.
Mhm.
Um, and then we would, help promote NMaker locally for other, teach everybody how to mint NFTs, because a lot of the artists and creators and, let's say, even an NGO, people don't know how to mint these things. And the
Right.
system you guys have built is it's pretty it's pretty easy to use. I was actually minting some NFTs with an artist yesterday for the first time. So he minted 3 pieces, and then it took us like almost all day because the internet went out for an hour, and then
Oh
it
no.
was like, yeah, and then he had to set up a wallet. I had to teach him, like, make sure you store your seed phrase, all these, these step by step things. So it kind of took a while for us to get through it, but yeah, the aim is, yeah, art.
Yeah,
And then there was another artist sitting there with him, watching the process and taking notes.
that's
And
wonderful.
yeah, so we've got 2 people at least. I'm minting some of my artwork that I create for fun. Um, so
I love it.
yeah,
That's amazing, and we need to make it even simpler. That's my goal, to just make NMaker even simpler, because right now it's
yeah.
still too much for most people. But yeah, so tell me, we're almost at the end of the interview already. Tell me, like, the one key takeaway that you want people who are watching this to have from the proposal. Like, this is what you're voting for, essentially.
Yeah. The key takeaway is, Cardano is a bottom up system. It's been designed and built that way. And if it's truly going to work and it's truly going to, make this massive impact we all want it to, in the world, it let's work for bottom up systems. So we're going to work with local artists, local creators, local communities to build bottom up systems that help um, distribute, or that does distribute that the profit equity towards everybody involved. So um, bottom up systems. That's if you vote for our proposal, you're voting for a bottom up system. So
Perfect summary. Great. Then, Kyle, thank you so much for your time. It was really a pleasure hearing all this, and I
yeah,
wish you best of luck in the voting.
thanks, Patrick. Good to see you.